What's going on, you guys? Anthony here from Finding Our Adventure. Today we're going to be making a pack of very expensive ramen. So this packet here of Nissin King of Ramen artificial tonkatsu cost me just under $3 for one pack, which is pretty crazy. And today we're going to be doing it with some military surplus gear, hence the Gen 3 cold weather fleece, water bottle, and the mess kit. So we're going to cook that all, and then we're going to go old school, just use a Trangia stove with some alcohol. I'm gonna make a little cup of coffee first. Now, typically this would nestle straight on the inside like this, but I do want to give this a little bit of room to breathe. So I'm actually gonna leave it just like that. Now I'll wait for that to come to a boil. Let's get my spoon out of my mess kit real quick. It's a Snow Peak set, which is really nice. And we're just gonna add a little bit of powdered coffee, just like the mill surplus kits would probably have. And we'll just mix it in there until it seems like it's a good amount. And that looks like it's probably hot enough. Yeah, okay. So just making sure we have enough airflow there. I'll call that good. And then we'll check back in a few minutes once that starts to heat up a little bit. It's going to be hot. Perfect. Okay, I can feel the heat traveling around the outside, so it's doing something for sure. Okay, we'll open up this ramen packet. So this Nissin is a Japanese ramen. Maybe that's why it's so expensive. It's made in Japan, and it is the best-selling premium instant noodle brand in Japan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the packets first and put them in the water. I got a flavor pouch and a soup pouch. And the water is warming up, so that's good. It's a good start. Take the packet and put it inside. Is there an easy tear anywhere on this? Come on, Japan. Not going to do Tony a solid. Huh. Interesting. Nothing Benchmade Griptilian with full titanium. Can't solve. Yeah, that is weird that these packets didn't have a tear pouch. But again, nothing my Benchmade Griptilian can't make easy work of. Let's let this roll up to a boil and then we'll get back with you. All right, so I put the container back on as sort of a lid, and it worked nice because I could even put my coffee cup on top, and it can keep my coffee hot because the lid gets hot. This thing is getting close to a boil. There we go. Got a little bit of a boil going there. Nothing crazy, but that's enough to get the soup going here. So good looking noodles here. Nice little round palette. Let's just toss that right in like that. And we'll let that sit for a few minutes. Kind of like the idea of keeping that kind of lid on there, keeping everything steamed up. This is a cool kit. It takes forever. It's not super useful, but it's fun. It is fun. And that is all that matters. We do this to have fun. Love it. All right, we've had the lid on here for a few minutes. Let's pull it off and try not to burn ourselves, huh? Just pop that real quick. No, still holdable. So what's interesting is this has been steeping for a few minutes, and the noodles are still pretty dense. So normally like a ramen from like China, Korea, wherever, the noodles would be pretty well absorbed by now. These noodles are still in a brick after boiling in this water for 3 minutes or so. That's pretty surprising. So now that those are broken up a little bit, kind of help break those up a bit. Interesting. I'm gonna let that sort of just do its thing for another couple minutes, and then we shall try it. All right guys, I'm gonna pull this off real quick. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, I wanna turn that off, set that aside for now. And then I'm actually gonna take this and close it off this way and just let those noodles cool down for a few minutes. And I'm actually gonna come in and close it all the way. There we go. Guess she expands a little when she's hot. So now that's one sealed container there, full of hot goodness. We'll let that sit for a few minutes, soak up some of that sauce. Excited. All right, well, it's been a couple minutes, so let's open this baby up and try the most expensive ramen I've ever purchased from a store. Okay, that looks good. So I'm just mixing it around a little bit. Nice looking noodles. Let's take a couple out of here. Just toss it in there like so. And let's get a bit of that sauce. Bombs away to the most expensive ramen I've ever tried. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack there. Consistency-wise, one of the better noodles I think I've ever had from a ramen meal. They're thicker, a little thicker, but they're not like udon noodles. They're like normal ramen noodles. They're a little thicker, a little bit chewier, so a little more texture in them. Is interesting. It tastes light, doesn't taste very like chemical. Like, you know how some of the ramens, they almost have like you can tell it's a powder packet. This doesn't really taste like a powder packet. Just gonna eat it like this real quick. Yeah. So the money here is in the noodles for sure. The broth isn't life-changing. Like I said, it tastes like chicken broth, but it's a very light flavor. So it's not like a packing punch flavor. It's a very light, creamy, easy, neutral flavor. But these noodles are what I think adds the most flavor and ultimately is why the price is so high. Would I pay $3 for it though? That is the million-dollar question. I would if I've never had it before, just to say I've tried it. So, do I think this is 3 times better than normal ramen? I do not think it's 3 times better than normal ramen. But is it better than some of the normal ramens I've had? Marginally, because of the noodles. It's just a nice noodle. It's a nice, thick, quality noodle. And it's just cool to eat something that is Japanese versus like the Chinese, Korean stuff. I do like it. But yeah, as far as getting it again, I wouldn't get it again because there's other ramens that pack more flavor, but the noodles aren't as good as this. And then, for instance, like, I'll show you a packet here. It has a very similar flavor profile to the Sapporo Ichiban Tonkatsu ramen, the white chicken broth. So flavor profile, it tastes very similar to this, but the noodles in this are, to me, much tastier. So, some mixing and matching with that, you know. I would not get this again, only because I've tried it, and I think it's expensive for what it is. But if you've never tried it, it's cool to try it because the noodles are different, and this sauce is different than a lot of the other sauces I've ever tried. And God help you if you've been listening to me slurp on this ramen this whole time. Final thoughts on this Nissin King of Ramen artificial tonkatsu flavored Japanese ramen are that is very expensive, about $3 for a single pack, that it has really good noodles, which are thicker and chewier and almost like an udon noodle, but they're not, with a very soft and a very creamy sauce. With that being said, it is a decent flavor profile. It's a light flavor profile. If you like that, there's no spice whatsoever. And I wouldn't recommend buying it for $3 a pop unless you've never had anything like this before and you just want to try a Japanese ramen, then go for it, just to try it. I brought a couple of the ramens out here. I have many more in the pantry, many more. And I've had a bunch of these other ones, different types, you know, like spicy Thai, spicy lime, chicken broth, shrimp. I forgot what this one is. Yeah, this one is a lemon lime flavor. These Lucky Me noodles. So check out my page if you like ramen noodles. I've got a couple reviews of different ones. I'm gonna actually start doing these a little more often, just quick down and dirty reviews of ramen soup. And because it's fun. It's just an easy thing to come out here and you just, you know, boil a cup of water and you get to play with your gear, and you're not, if you can't get out in the backcountry like me with a young kid anymore, you know, it's kind of hard to get out. So I get to come out here and play with my gear in my beautiful garden, and that's how it's going to be. So if you like the video, take a look in the description. Click on some of those links if you want to buy anything, because it's going to be from quality, reputable dealers. And if you see anything on Amazon, just know that it's going to be an affiliate link through me. Well, it's been another video here from Anthony at Finding Our Adventure. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next adventure.